Well, it has been a busy day for the Prime Minister. We'll get to the itinerary in just a minute, but the big news to come out of the day is that the two countries, Canada and China, have announced that they have concluded negotiations on a Foreign Investment Protection Agreement, or FIPA. And as I say, they've concluded negotiations. The deal's not sealed yet. Still some legal T's to be crossed, legal I's to be dotted. The deal has to be ratified by Parliament in Canada, ratified by the Chinese government. But this is a big deal, and I'll explain why. Canadian companies have wanted to invest in China. It's a big market, of course, but companies like Bombardier or Manulife are worried that if they invest here and set up shop, they don't have the same legal standing here that Chinese companies have. So if they had a lawsuit or they had to go to court, they'd be at a disadvantage to their Chinese competitors. And that is what a Foreign Investment Protection Agreement is supposed to do, to protect foreign investors in this country, and certainly Chinese companies investing in Canada. But just to get back to the itinerary, it started, the Prime Minister started his day with a big tourism announcement. Canada wants to have more Chinese tourists come and spend their vacations in Canada. So the Prime Minister announcing that the Canadian Tourism Commission will launch a big marketing campaign here to try to get more Chinese visitors to come over. The Prime Minister highlighting one event that he'd like a lot of people to attend, and that is the 100th anniversary of the Calgary Stampede, coming up, of course, in July. After that, a little cultural excursion for Prime Minister Harper and his wife Lorraine. They visited the Temple of Heaven here in downtown Beijing. After that, back to business. The Prime Minister hosted a roundtable for some of the Canadian executives that are active here, wanting to grow the commercial relationship between Canada and China. And then it was off to the official welcoming ceremony presided over by Chinese Premier Wen Jiabao. He's the #2 man here. That was at the Great Hall of the People, which is just off of Tiananmen Square behind me. The two men then had a private meeting, talked about a range of issues, and to finish the day, Prime Minister and Mrs. Harper headed off to an official dinner where the two of them were the guests of honor.